Hello, it's HK858, and I'm going to talk to you today about fleet commanders and some of my suggestions on who could be a fleet commander, as well as some current ones. I also am going to suggest a couple of rework options for two of them, since one of them just recently had a rework in a Grand Moff Tarkin. But the first one that's going to be suggested is Akbar. Yes, I know he's a rebel, and eventually they'll probably get to him one of these days. And I personally think it'd be kind of cool to see like a ship rework, or with the pilots, just the pilots rework, and rework some of the pilots and keep it as a pilot kind of thing, but as well as fleet commander. So the two most talked ones, one of the most talked ones out of this is like Mace Windu. And the other one I would suggest is Akbar. So, this is kind of what he has. You could pause the video to read his effects. So yeah. And that's maxed out. And of course, Mace Windu, I have to go all the way to 8. I have to show I don't have them fully unlocked. And I have no interest in unlocking them fully right now. Other than I could use them as a sacrifice for my guild's raids, because did I do? I think I did Vapad right off. I don't know. There you go again. If I did Vapad. Also, you can find these on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg. Well, SWGOH.gg. Go. But yeah, the only thing I would do is if I did get them to 7-star, I'd probably just use them as a cannon fodder right now for my raids and my guild. Do 0 until the next reset. I bet some guilds do that already. But anyways, so you kind of saw what I just went through, gave you the attacks and abilities. I didn't really read them because I'm going to read the ones that I'm suggesting reworks on them. So, yep, my name is Anditesh in the game, as well as in the... I don't know if I really showed that off, but on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I am Anditesh Ordo, and on Star Wars, the forms for Galaxy of Heroes, I'm just Anditesh. So, anyway, so here's some of the ideas, and you can always look these up and read them. But so here's Mace Windu. So deal physical damage to target enemy. If Mace is above 50% health, this attack does 55% more damage. If he's below the 50% health, he recovers health equal to 75% of the damage dealt. I think that one stayed the same. Oh, I just went home. Haha. Watch that one, I think. Nope. Covers 50. 50% more, and I think, excuse me, it does 50, I just added a little change of percentages as well as the damage itself. Star Wars, or SW the website .gg, with the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes info, it'll show you the range on the power that each attack has. And I kind of I usually, if I see a character really needs a rework, sometimes I usually just add the power up by 3 to 500, a 3 to 500 range. So I think the original one was like 34, 3300 to 41. Sometimes I do a little more, but not too much. Same with Smite. Deals special damage. So for Smite is deal special damage to target enemy. Remove all positive status effects. If the enemy target has any bonuses against Jedi, be any Sith, this attack does 40% more damage. So anyone like Cad Bane that has an ability, any sort of bonuses that is given through a special or an attack, this attack does 40% more damage. So if this went towards, say like Darth Maul, for instance, and he has an ability, his basic ability deals double damage to Jedi, this will actually do 40% more damage to him. This way, it is kind of... This is because a lot of people have been wanting like Mace Windu to be one of those characters that hit Sith in particular. I personally think Jedi don't really... They go against Sith. They do eventually defeat the Sith, but they don't do it through, hate and power. They do it a little differently. And so that's why I'm suggesting this type of move be a little bit different. Then Vapad, Jedi clones gain 25% offense, 15% crit chance, 10 crit damage, and they recover 10% of their max health when scoring critical hits. And then all other allies gain half these amounts. And I think that's kind of similar. I kind of upped up the damage and stuff here. Yeah, so 25 offense. So. But yeah, that's just that. And then Shatterpoint. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm having allergies during this. At the start of each of his turns, Mace has a 55% chance to expose a random enemy until end of his turn. If the enemy is taunting, expose each taunting enemy instead. This effect can't be resisted. In addition, Mace gains 30% turn meter whenever he attacks an exposed enemy. And then as Zeta, in addition, if any enemy has an ability that gives bonuses when attacking Jedi, Mace Windu is immune to these bonuses. If Yoda is present, Yoda for president. Take that, Trump. Anyways, if Yoda is present, he also gets this immunity. So it kind of prevents Sith from doing more damage, or bounty hunters that attack Jedi, like Cad Bane, do more damage against Jedi. So that's kind of what it was. And it doesn't have to be Zeta that way. It could be Zeta something else in there, but that just was my idea. Would it make Mace Windu... Would all these changes make Mace Windu better? I'd say yes, but not like probably overpowering like Zeta Maul was. But hey, at least he would actually be more viable on a Jedi team. Now, Admiral Akbar. I think I didn't really do much with the quick shot other than boost his damage, but deal physical damage to target enemy with a 60% chance to gain 45% turn meter. I think the original on this one, is 55% chance for 45 turn meter. So yeah, I gave another 5% chance, as well as I boosted the damage. It's a trap. Dispel all negative status effects from all allies. Each ally recovers 9% of the max health for each effect dispelled this way. Akbar gains 45% turn meter, and Rebel allies gain 20% turn meter. So it kind of boosts Rebels that way, where it kind of heals and cleanses and all that. So you can actually have a decent Rebel team if, some changes were made to Akbar to where he can be with Chirrut and there'll be a double cleanser. Like you go Wiggs, Chase, and then you got Akbar, and that's a pretty good team there if you had these, or some other configuration. Tactical Genius. Akbar grants... Well, hold on. Before I go back, it's a trap. It's 45% turn meter and 20 for Rebel allies. I think... Yeah, Akbar has 25% chance to gain 40% turn meter. I take that chance away. I think what it was. Yeah, he just gains 45% turn meter, and then Rebel allies gain 20. So it's kind of also a speed up a little bit. Instead of that chance. The chance is like weak. This actually overall makes Akbar a little better. Akbar grants each ally tactical genius effect that can't be dispelled. And I changed this to it can't be dispelled, so it's a little more unique. And each ally gains advantage for 2 turns. Yeah, so I kind of, I know, yes, I kind of thought of this from Captain Phasma, but I want to give, Akbar a little bit better of a leader effect. So, the first ally to use a special ability while they have this, I forgot to word it, for the tactical genius effect, gains 100% turn meter and recovers 40% of their max health. And then tactical genius ends whenever, basically the same thing. I also add the advantage as well as the tactical genius can't be dispelled. So it just, changes it up a bit. And then Rebel Coordination. So before I go over, Rebel Coordination basically is 25 speed and 10% tenacity. Kind of garbage. Granted, using Akbar as a leader, he does speed up a lot. I think that's probably one of the fastest speeds, except Tarkin now that goes 30 for Empire. So, but I also wanted to boost non-rebels too. But this boost doesn't have to be added in. But Rebel allies have 30 speed, 25 tenacity, and 20 offense. So it gives a little more boost to some other stats. And then other allies gain half these amounts. That part doesn't have to be in there. But hey, it'd be kind of cool to see. Add in. In addition, whenever an ally uses an ability that isn't an attack, they call a Rebel ally to assist. And the assisting Rebel ally gains 20% more damage. That doesn't do anything. So that, yeah, so you can see kind of, how to make these characters a little better. Yeah, I got a comment that someone didn't care about it. I'm like, whatever. But anyways, those are my thoughts on Mace and Akbar. I've already done videos on General Grievous anyways, so hey. But, let me know what you guys think, what you thought on these improvement ideas for Akbar and Mace Windu. So, now going back over to the other part of this video really quickly, and that is, so right now we're at 3 fleet commanders. There's a few options. So first off, we're going to talk about the Separatists, the big baddie in the room, because they don't have one. Other than the fact Thrawn can be added in too, as a secondary. But going back to Separatists, they can have one or two. One being the there's a lot of talk that either Nute Gunray or, well, even Count Dooku. Nute Gunray, Count Dooku, General Grievous, right now off the top, can actually be thrown in as a fleet commander. So yeah, they could have done that. I'm surprised they didn't. Kind of sucks they didn't. And it's also weird that Mace Windu was a fleet commander, but it's whatever on that one. So with those, I'm like, yeah, those are some great ideas. I'd say like General Grievous should have a starfighter, 100%. Just have a starfighter. Granted, yes, he was also a fleet commander. He could be both, but you can't be both in the same battle. If they ever add Grievous with a fleet ship as well as with the invisible hand as well as his starfighter. But I think right now he could use his starfighter. Now, as a fleet commander, yes, you could choose Dooku or you could choose Nute Gunray. But there's one character that can be added in whenever they do the Separatist faction pass. One character that can be added in, and that is Admiral Trench. You probably didn't see that one coming, but Admiral Trench, the spider guy from the Clone Wars series, he could make a great fleet admiral. I'm saying the one before he got cyborg in the not finished parts from the Clone Wars, where it was the Bad Batch 4 episode. But yeah, Admiral Trench, before cybernetic implants, would be a great character to add in as a Separatist leader as well as a fleet commander. He would be a great option for a fleet commander for Separatists. Then you'd be set to where, yeah, you have a Separatist fleet commander. And then if you need a second, you can do Nute Gunray or Dooku or Grievous. Imperials, if they do a second one, that would be obviously Grand Admiral Thrawn. I don't see why not. Republic, they could add in Admiral Yularen as a Republic. Just a Galactic Republic is a leader for Galactic Republic abilities. Hey, that'd be kind of cool. Of course, if they do Admiral Yularen, they could also do his Imperial form, Colonel Yularen of the ISB, Imperial Security Bureau or something. And yeah, and then Rebels, I guess I could use the other one from Rogue One, Admiral Raditz, or I don't know. That's a Dragon Ball Z character, not Raditz. I don't remember his name right off, but the other Admiral. So they'd have two Mon Calamari. running around admiraling up the Rebel Alliance. But hey, it would make sense because there was just those two. But you know, those are my thoughts on those specifics. So you'd have at least if they had an Admiral Trench, we'd actually see the Separatists have a character added. Then there's also a 5th Fleet Commander I'm also thinking of, and that would be Hondo Ohnaka, and he would work more with just scoundrels, pirates, and all of those types of characters. And I did a video talking about the Ohnaka gang in one of my recent videos. Also, that I had the recent updates that was mentioned. So yeah, you know, these are some thoughts you guys can think of, and maybe the developers may consider them. But what do you guys think? Is there any other fleet commanders I may have forgotten to mention, other than the fact we have one that could be added in the future, and that's Admiral Thrawn? I bet a lot of fans would love Admiral Thrawn as a fleet commander. I agree with them, because he would be great, but yeah, that's one of my thoughts. So, alright, well, I'll go ahead and let you guys go, as I claim my pointless. I don't get a lot of currency often, but hey, I've saved up because I've been farming. Yes, I could start farming this stuff, but I've been farming characters. But anyways, back to what I was about to say. So you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.